Firstly, may I be excused that my standing for long is slightly difficult with my physical inability.
No problem.
I may be permitted to speaking to you while sitting there. I have two comments in your deliberation. You are giving the example of Japan. After the war, we know that the ravaged war country was flattened. There was nothing left. Japan opened the door to the world for everything, technology, health, everything. At the same time, we shut the door. We followed the socialism. Socialism means, as Mr. Jadita says, socialism bureaucracy and the loss of freedom of economic freedom of many. And I don't have to tell you, you probably will be fully aware, the first 15 or 20 years, first 15 years probably are done well in the agricultural sector. Thereafter in our industry, what happened to that? I mean, why we have failed to take it forward like a Japan or Germany? I don't know whether I'm right or wrong. Secondly, there has been a lot of article. Why people are going to China, including one of the world-class company, engineering company working in China, was given an example how many license we need to start, how many time that we need to acquire a land, how many rules we have to go through in the level. The kind of list that still is the current article we have gone through. So we wonder, unless there is a two situation. That is an autocratic government. People have to follow that. We have an Indian democracy. The liberty and freedom is unlimited. It is a bit of chaos situation. Do you think under this situation, the country can be so competitive or progressive as China? That was my question. Thank you very much.
Let me tackle your second question first. In China, the land, water, air, everything is owned by the government. So you don't have problem. And therefore, when they decided to open the economy, it was very clear that it must be such that they can attract the outside companies to come in. So the labor was cheap, the water was cheap, the land lease was cheap. The whole system was made in a manner that in 3 days you could start your business. There were no labor laws. The labor was handled by a contractor. He said, you want 100, he'll sit with you, haggle, and maybe ultimately he will sell for the same price that you were having in your mind, 150 people to you. He'll provide food to them, he'll provide a bicycle to them to come to the factory and work. And they will work for as many hours you want, not just 8 hours. Now, in a democracy, this is not possible. Because you have got labor laws, you have got unions which watch like vultures as to where there is a chink so that they can extract money. And you have got an outdated system in which slowly is being overhauled. Overhauling takes time, where to start a business, it might take you 3 years with all the permissions required. If you want to take land with today's laws, it's even more problematic. So, we have our problems. We cannot become a communist country. But within what we have, I'm sure we can improve things. And I can only tell you that a lot of churning is going on to ensure that things become far better than what they ever were. But it will take time. It is not something, because even bureaucracy, when you want to change, if a bureaucracy is used to a system, if you want to change them from that system to a more efficient system in which what fruits they were getting, they don't get, obviously there'll be a little bit of opposition. Similarly, what you said about opening the economy, see, there's a balance again that has to be struck. Do you want people to take over your industry, or you want your people to become strong enough to compete with the world? There are two things you have to weigh. So you permit technology to come in, but you start your own thing. Some of our old things which did not do well because the pattern was what was being followed in Russia. They were manpower intensive. That's why today they are not economical. Today when you put a steel plant, the efficiency is judged in how many people you employ for 1 ton of steel. The earlier plants did not look at this, and therefore the technology has become older, your steel has become costlier. When the Americans transferred all their steel industry for manufacturing into China, what they set up out there was the latest, and that's why steel is cheap in China. It can manufacture much more cheaply than what anybody else can do. Labor is cheap. There are no environmental laws that they have to follow. So everything comes at a price. Maybe the consequences of all this we will see after 20, 30, 40 years in China.
সমস্ত খবরের তৎক্ষণাৎ আপডেট পেতে সাবস্ক্রাইব বাটনটি ক্লিক করে বেল বাটনটি ক্লিক করুন।
আরও খবরের আপডেট পেতে সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেলটি আর বেল আইকনে ক্লিক করুন নোটিফিকেশনস পেতে।